Yo guys, what is up? It's Raw and I'm bringing you a new video today. It is my UMG/GB classes. These classes will work really well if you're an SMG player. Um, this is pretty much what I use in S&D hardpoint. I just switch one perk. But let's get right into the first class. Obviously, if you're an SMG player, you know the VMP is probably one of the best SMGs in the game. It used to be the Vesper, but it got nerfed. Now there's really crazy recoil on it. But on my VMP, I personally like quick draw, grip, stock, and I run stock just because you're sitting on say you're sitting on a and AS and D fringe. You're sitting there and a guy slides in. You want to be able to get that snap on him, so he doesn't come in and just freaking take you down. You want to be able to, if he's jumping in the air, to snap up real quick while aiming down sights. Also, it's really good for strafing. I do that a lot in like hardpoint, back and forth, back and forth. It kind of helps them, or helps you make them miss their shots, and you'll be able to, if you're pretty accurate, you'll be able to hit your shots on them. My perks on this class, I run Afterburner. And Afterburner, you're going to want to run that if you're an SMG player, because you're going to be all around the map. You shouldn't be sitting in one spot like an AR trying to take down mid. The only time you should be sitting is in a hard point. If you're an OBJ player, you should be in the hard point sitting there, and that's where stock would come in, so you can snap on them. But this is really crucial if you're like a Slayer, because you'll be able to run around the map. If you're OBJ's in the hill, you want to be pushed up a little bit ahead of him just so you can watch over him, or watching his OE. Fast hands, so the gun comes up faster while you're running. That's if you're running around. This will help you out really well with aiming. If you're running and you see a guy, you want to be able to aim up fast. Blast suppressor obviously is a must. You don't want them to see you around the map. Tac mask. I switch between tac mask and dead silence, depends on what game we're playing. If we're playing uplink, CTF, hardpoint, I'll keep that on. If we're playing search, I'll have to switch to dead silence just so they cannot hear me. If I'm OEing, if I'm pushing onto a bomb site, I don't want them to hear my footsteps because they are really loud. Especially if they have any type of headset, all they gotta do is crank it up and they'll hear you running everywhere. And on my second SMG class, it's obviously the VMP again. It's gonna be quick draw, grip, long barrel, and I switched stock for long barrel just because this is more of a stationary, on bomb, more open bomb site. Like say if you are watching B on Fringe, you want to hold down cracks. You don't want to, and you can't really challenge from far, but if they're coming like second train by middle room, you can mow them down with this because it has long barrel. You're more likely to win that gunfight. It's just kind of a thing where what role you play as an SMG player. If you play more of a OBJ, this class won't work really well for you. It'd be more of the stock because you're gonna be sitting by bomb, putting bomb down. You just in the hard point, so you want to be able to snap. I mean, if you're a Slayer, this class will work really well because you're gonna be helping your OBJ player in the hill, kind of supporting him, getting the long kills while if an AR guy calls a guy one shot, you should be able to mow him down with this from a pretty good distance. And then the perks are pretty much the same: Afterburner, fast hands, blast suppressor, and tac mask. I mainly stick to these 4 perks. If you're an SMG player, you're gonna want to stick to these 4. I mean, you can switch this out if you're an OBJ to flak, just because you're going to be in hill. You don't want them nading you off of hill or something in that ballpark. And then my third class is going to be a VMP, quick draw and long barrel. I don't run grip just because I'm leaving a spot open for my tacs. I run flashbangs just in case you're playing against a team. Say you're getting dominant or you're getting dominated on a hard point. You want to break a hill, you throw those flashes in there, they're going to be stunned, and then they won't be able to hear you. So if you throw that in there and your team comes from behind them, kills them, you're going to have the hill broken for you. Also, this is good for rushing in S&D. Say You know one guy snipes mid. You throw a stun on him, he's not gonna be able to see you run, get the kill, and then if you want, you can run back or you can OE. Perks are gonna be the same. I still switch out tac for dead silence. This one right here is the same perks, or same attachment to be quick draw, long barrel, VMP. But my tacticals, I switch from EMPs. Depends where we're playing. If we're playing hardpoint, I'll put EMPs on. If we're playing search and my team feels like we need trophies, I'll put on trophies just so I can throw them down. We don't get naded, or if they're throwing stuns themselves, these will stop them. It just all depends on the team. Just ask them, hey, is anybody else gonna run stuns? If they say yeah, but okay, I'll run trophies. You just gotta work with your team. Same perks: afterburner, fast hands, blast suppressor, and tac mask. Okay, this is my one AR class, which I rarely use because my ARs I have right now are pretty dominant. I don't have to worry about it. But when we play, sometimes they get melted and they feel like they're killing better with an SMG. I'm like, hey, you know what? Take my role. I'll switch to your role. But definitely the M8 is probably one of the best ARs in the game, even though it did get a little nerf. I mean, as long as you're hitting your burst, you're gonna win the gunfight, and you're gonna mow them down. But on this, I use reflex, long barrel, stock. The optic is kind of a lot of people don't like the reflex. It's more like an opinion. I like it. A lot of people like the elo. I personally do not like the elo just because it doesn't have the top and it kind of is hard to see the red dot. I do use it sometime in pubs, but when it comes to like playing UMGs, wagers, and all that, I use the reflex just so I know I can see the dot and I can see the top of this site. It just kind of throws me off not being able to see that. Long barrel, stock. You're gonna need a stock on an AR, because if you are not running stock on an AR, you're gonna feel like a slug. It's gonna move so slow. You're not gonna be able to get kills or switch from players to players. And then long barrel, you're gonna need to. Your stationed AR, you want to be able to hit those long shots. So if they're far away from you, like your bottom barn and their top grandmas, you want to be able to hit them. At least get them one shot so your SMG players can clean them up. But as long as you are hitting your shot, you should be able to kill them with long barrel. And then I don't know how much or how many times I can say this. Please run a secondary on an AR. It's really crucial. You cannot run into a bomb site or take over hill with a teammate without a secondary. You're gonna need to run a pistol. You can either run the RK5, the LCAR, or the MR6. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with the RK5. I feel really dominant with this pistol. It definitely has a really OP fucking bullets. It depends on what you're comfortable with though. This is good for pushing in hills once your team dies, if you need to push for, let's say, spawns, and there's a guy back there holding it down and you're close to him. Yeah, you can shoot him with your AR, but if you pull out the pistol, you're gonna snap on him before he gets to shoot you with his AR. My perks, I ran flak jacket, fast hand, blast suppressor, and tac mask. Instead of afterburner, flak jacket is a lot better for an AR because you're gonna be stationed, and if they know where you're at, they're gonna throw a nade obviously. And if you have flak, you can eat the nade and kind of be able to get away before they. And if you're standing there, they're probably gonna be one shot, or you're gonna take damage. You just don't take as much. So it gives you a chance to run away and tell your teammates, hey, they naded me from wherever they naded you from. Fast hands, obviously, so you can switch through weapons faster, and you can pick up your AR faster. Blaster best, they don't know where you're at. Tac mask, and the same thing with tac mask. I switch it to dead silence if I need to. If we're playing search, I'm gonna tell you guys some of the specialists I use when I'm running SMG. I use overdrive a lot, just so I can OE. Overdrive down mid or overdrive OE, and you'll get intel for your teammates. Like, hey, they're going B, or they're all posted up at B, let's rotate A. And they'll rotate A, but you'll be behind, so you'll catch the people rotating. S&D is kind of just a patient game. You got, like, you see somebody, don't shoot unless you have the clear shot, because you'll give away your position. And once you give away your position, you'll be like, hey, this guy's mid. I think they're going B. So you got to be able to play patient. So when you get the clear shot, or say if he's shooting you and you see where you know where he's at, and you have a clear shot on him, and you can't get away, like you don't have a way to run and hide and cover, challenge him. That's all you can do. Glitch is really good to get intel for your team. Say if you glitch, or you run into a building, you see at least 3 guys there. You hit glitch, run back like, hey, there's 3 guys here. Let's go here. For hardpoint and S&D, heat wave and active cam will be really well. Heat wave, you gotta be careful for though, because you can heat wave your teammates. I've been heat waved plenty of times with my teammates. It sucks. But if you have good communication between you guys, just tell them, hey, stay back. I'm going to push in with heat wave. After I heat wave, run in and clean up the kills. It's really good for breaking grandmas and grandma's hardpoint and fringe, just because people sit in corners. If you run in there with this and you heat wave them, they're not going to be able to see anything, and they're pretty much makes them one shot. So if you run in there with the SMG, heat wave them, you gonna more than likely get the kill. Active camo works really well for say if someone planted, you can easily hit active and start defusing and they will not see you. It's really hard to see somebody with active. You can also run straight down mid up to BS and D on Redwood, be able to OE around them through that way. The only thing is it's a really short time that you have, or that you're invisible. But if you run down mid and you pop it, you'll be able to at least get through mid safely. Unless they see you pop it, then they obviously know where you're at. But the one downfall to this, they can see you if they have thermal. So you're gonna want to run cold-blooded maybe if you're gonna pop and go down mid. It just all depends on what you're comfortable with, and see what the other team is using. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you guys coming in here and watching my videos. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And at 100 subs, I will be doing a giveaway. Once we hit 50 subs, I will release the intel on what the giveaway is going to be. As always, guys, this was your boy Raw. Thanks for coming by and watching. Peace.